Our wedding anniversary? It was supposed to be a day of celebration, a milestone marking years of love and partnership. I had it all planned out. A romantic dinner, a thoughtful gift, a quiet evening reminiscing about our journey together. But my wife Sarah had a different kind of anniversary surprise in store for me. That evening, the air was thick with an unspoken tension. Sarah was unusually quiet, picking at her food. I tried to lighten the mood, talking about our first date, how we met, but her responses were short, her eyes avoiding mine. Finally, after a long, painful silence, she looked at me, her face pale. "I have something to tell you," she whispered. My heart sank. I knew deep down this wasn't going to be good. And then the words came tumbling out. A confession, an affair. It hadn't been a one-time mistake, she explained, but a long-term involvement with a coworker. She told me everything: the late nights she claimed were work, the business trips that were actually secret getaways. Each word was a blow, shattering the foundation of the life we had built together. I just sat there, listening, the fancy restaurant fading into a blur around me. She cried. She apologized. She said it was the biggest mistake of her life. She expected me to yell, to scream, to throw things. She expected a storm. But as she detailed her betrayal, a strange sense of calm washed over me. It wasn't forgiveness, not yet. It was clarity. The little inconsistencies, the gut feelings I had ignored, the distance that had grown between USCIT, all clicked into place. When she finally ran out of words, her tear-streaked face was filled with fear, waiting for my verdict. I took a slow, deep breath. I looked her straight in the eye, my own voice steady, and I had only one response. I didn't say we were over. I didn't say I forgave her. Simply said, "Thank you." She looked completely bewildered. "Thank you for what?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Thank you for finally telling me the truth," I replied, "for ending the lies. Oh, I know what I'm dealing with. Now, the real work begins." It wasn't the reaction she anticipated, and honestly, it wasn't the one I would have predicted for myself either. In that moment, I realized that anger and revenge wouldn't fix anything. They wouldn't heal the gaping wound she had just torn open. What mattered was the truth. The lies were the poison, and with her confession, the poison was finally out in the open. I didn't know if our marriage could be saved. I didn't know if I could ever trust her again. All I knew was that for the first time in a long time, we were standing on solid ground, however broken it was. The ground of truth. The road ahead is long and uncertain. Healing from a betrayal of this magnitude isn't a simple process. It requires brutal honesty, intense therapy, and a willingness from both sides to rebuild from the ashes. My one response wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a declaration that I was choosing to face this crisis head-on, not with rage, but with a clear mind. The future of our marriage is a story yet to be written, but it will be written in the language of honesty, one painful, truthful word at a time. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories.